Alrighty, so we are in a fun period, a bit of a fever dream, if you ask me, for Dokkan here, and that is the legendary summon GOMAH banner. Now, we are over here on the JP side. Everything is going to be applying the same. For global, we got some fun coming up. More on that later. We may be starting over there. We'll see. But with the JP here, the banner is pretty interesting, right? I was not expecting the lineup to be the way that it was. So, it's a pretty kind of fun lineup here for you. Now, before we get into all of these certain specifics, let's get a few things out of the way. There is pity on this banner. So 1,000 stones is going to guarantee you a copy of GOMAH, right? And then if we look at the featured lineup, we are going to have Tien and Pycon. So two of the most recent legendary summon LRs. So the three most recent on one banner, which is not bad, right? I think this is a pretty good thing for in terms of value, right? We're not seeing legendary summon characters from 2022, 2023. It is the most up-to-date version of what we could possibly have here for this specific banner. So that obviously is going to lead to a lot of good things for value and stuff like that. And it is a factor that we have to consider when asking the question of whether or not you should summon. So what we also have to do is look at the entire featured lineup. So GOMAH, we know how good GOMAH is, right? This is not a secret to anybody. He is incredible. And then if we look at Tien, a very good character, but nothing too crazy. And it's going to be the same thing for Pycon, where he's pretty good, but you're not really running him in many places. Then we have the banner unit Piccolo from Golden Week, another Piccolo here, and then I'd be lying if I said I know their names. I know they're Slugs, henchmen, right? Physical Kaioken Goku, Namek Goku, and Nail. So the featured SSR lineup is atrocious, but the legendary summon units are very, very good, right? The three most recent legendary summon LRs, I am never going to say that's a horrible thing to have, right? It's better that we have the three most recent legendary summon LRs than, really old characters that are getting EZAs or something like that. And this is probably going to confirm that a summonable LR Super EZA is not on the way here. But with that being said, I guess now we can kind of get into some of the other features that this banner is going to have, where we have the summon points, and those summon points should be updated very soon, and that is pretty exciting. And as well, we have to consider what is coming up in the future. So we are about 10 weeks away from the anniversary at this point. So stone saving, as you guys can see, I have not been doing. We've had too many good characters here in recent memory for us to really be super locked in on saving. But if you are able to save, I would highly recommend that you do so. I think that this GOMAH, unfortunately, despite being the best character in the game, I think you're going to be better off not summoning for this unit if your Dragon Stones are currently in a tight spot. Now, again, this can be tricky. I understand that for a lot of players. This is a very, very good LR that's going to help you clear a lot of content. But if you're somebody who has a lot of good units as is, and you are saving up for bigger stuff, that is one of the big indicators of things to come. Now, with historical trends, we have seen this in the past with a character like GOMAH. If we circle back to even 2024 with LR Gotenks, right? Characters in the old days that come out before the anniversary are always going to be a slippery slope, because if anything, this GOMAH is a signal that power creep in 2026 is going to be just as crazy as it was in 2025. So I think this GOMAH is going to age pretty well with his onset damage reduction right off the bat, with his stacking. This is an example of a legendary summon character that you could easily make the case to summon for. But I also have to consider where he is going to be appearing in the future. On carnival banners and stuff like that, he is going to be available. But one interesting thing that I would also like to consider is that he is going to be available over here as well. If we go to the legendary summon coin shop and as well as the carnival coin shop when he reruns. So if we go over here to our yellow coins, he will be available within the next few legendary summon banners, right? With Gohan and Goten and stuff like that. Like, these characters are eventually going to find their way to this shop, and they will also become available in the carnival coin shop when those are also available as well. So with this character, you're going to be able to pull him while you're summoning on the anniversary carnival banners and whoever that may be. And in my opinion, there's a very high chance that one of the two carnival LRs from the anniversary is going to be better than this GOMAH. Now, is that a guarantee, right? Is that just absolutely certainly going to happen in the game? No, that is not guaranteed to happen. GOMAH could be better than these anniversary LRs. That infinite stacking on the passive is absolutely incredible, right? This GOMAH character just has so much going for him, and it makes it really tough to just say like outright do not summon, but we have to factor in everything, right? This game, these are the type of pre-anniversary bait banners that will get you. Now, if you want to potentially try a rotation, get the summon points around like 150 stones on this and try your luck, I think that's a 100% okay. I don't have any issue with you doing that at all. I think that's actually pretty smart to do that. So if that's potentially something that you want to invest into, I think that's a good idea. And it's not like, a really hard, like a really like easy thing to do. So you want to keep that in mind. But with that being said, right, when we think about what potentially we could be seeing in the future and just the value of this banner, you have to consider a lot of things, right? With GOMAH, great character. Tien, great character. PyCon, pretty good character. But it's not just what you see here on the screen with these legendary summon banners. There are so many characters that you could potentially pull. So you do your first multi, Hercule is on Boo, right? You're super excited to get an LR, and then you do the whole thing, you do the fusion, the shebang, all of that, and then guess what? The LR is Gohan or Goku and Piccolo. The LR is, full power Frieza, the STR one. And there are just so many like red flags and landmines that could potentially happen with a legendary summon banner that you have to be careful on what you are doing. So keep that in mind. And if that's the case, then, you have to be careful. But if you are somebody who potentially, wants to just go all in here, summon for GOMAH because you really think like, him being the best character in the game, I can't sit here and tell you in good faith that like it's a horrible idea to summon for the best character in the game. This unit is going to make a lot of things easier for you within Dokkan. And maybe if you just want to run him as a friend, you run the mono demonic power team, and then you bring this GOMAH as a stacker on the side and you're all set to go. So again, a lot of different things that you can do with this character. Now, again, with pity and with the summon points, there's just a lot of really good stuff that we can see here specifically from this GOMAH. But again, you just have to think about like what's coming in the future. I think that anniversary is coming up, right? And it's going to be here before you know it. If you're a newer player, right? New Year's is going to be here. And New Year's is a really good time to summon on this game if you're a brand new player because of the fact that you can get Dokkan Festival characters on the Step Up banner that are going to give you more category leads, more characters to use. These are all things that are factored in when we're talking about whether or not you should summon. But if you're somebody who's looking to clear the Festival of Battles, if you're looking for somebody that's really trying to clear any content and you're having trouble, this is going to be a decent unit to pick up. Now, with the rotations for Pity, keep in mind that there's a good chance that you pull this character before Pity. It's just how it goes, but it's also not like set in stone that if you do go to Pity, you're going to pull a copy before that. Right. That's just the way that the game works. So if you're a newer player and you're not going to be getting the extra SSR coins per multi. So if we were to go over here and just look at like what we could potentially get with these coins over here, like with yellow coins and things like that, you guys can see I don't have a ton of options for characters that I can throw into here with the coin exchange, right? We have four extra SSRs here and really only one extra with the physical Ultimate Gohan. So that is going to be a case here of like something that you could potentially be careful with doing. And I just tried a couple singles. It was probably not a good idea, but I was trying to risk it for the biscuit, be a great single, the best unit in the game, always a fun feeling. So do keep that in mind as well, that you are going to have to think about that. With pity and things like that. So at least there's an easy avenue for you to get this character if you are a newer player and you want this unit. It's going to cost a lot of stones, but there's a good chance that if you do go to pity, that you will end up getting a copy before that. It's just the nature of the game these days. And one thing that we need to talk about before I also let you go is the fact that tomorrow, starting for JP players at 10 a.m. EST, and then I believe 7 p.m. EST for global players, we will have the Dokkan Day tickets as well in this section, and we will be able to summon for him over there. So that would be my path of recommendation for you. If you are a brand new player and you have a lot of stones to farm with, I would recommend going for this GOMAH because he's going to make your life a lot easier. And my guess is he's going to be fine in anniversary content as well. But as is the risk with every other character, you just never know the direction that Dokkan is going to go with power creep. So please just be careful. And if you have a lot of stones, I would recommend not going to zero because at the end of the day, the anniversary characters, I would bet my bottom dollar are going to, if not be better than this GOMAH, be more exciting than this GOMAH. Because to me, the quality of LR GOMAH is going to dictate that the quality of LR Super Saiyan 4 Adult Goku is going to be absolutely otherworldly. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. So do keep that in mind. If you did decide to summon, let me know in the comment section below how your summons went. Are you going to be using your Dokkan Day tickets? Well, obviously you're going to be using those Dokkan Day tickets, but let me know how those end up going if you watch this video before that or after that, and all of that fun stuff in the comment section below. So if you're summoning for GOMAH, I wish you the best of luck. TLDR, if you want to summon, go ahead. It's the best unit in the game, but please be careful as it is a legendary summon, and banner value here tends to be low. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think down below, and as always, subscribe if you are new, leave a like if you enjoyed, become a member down below, and if you want help further support the channel, that would be very helpful. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.